Good evening to all of you. Myself is Ravi Sekhar Kinja, Assistant Professor in Department of Mechanical Engineering. I am delivering the lecture on boiler, which is related to basic mechanical engineering. Boiler. Boiler is basically a mechanical device which are used for to produce the steam by burning of fuel. Boiler is also known as steam generator or pressure vessel. It is made up by steel and are used for the generation of steam at the desired pressure and temperature. A steam generator consists of furnace, boiler or evaporator, superheater, economizer, air preheater, and the steam thus generated may be used for producing power for industrial process work or for heating purpose, or it is also used in thermal power plant where we converting the steam into kinetic energy and kinetic energy into mechanical energy and mechanical energy into electrical energy by the help of steam generator. And boiler is also used in thermal power plant. The steam produced is also used for generating power in steam engine or steam turbine, heating the residential and industrial building, performing certain processes in the sugar mill and the chemical and textile industries. The process of generation of steam is known for centuries, and the boiler producing the steam in the form of kilogram per hour. The selection of boilers depend on the following criteria. First, the working pressure and quality of steam. Second, the steam generation, which is measured in kilogram per hour or ton per hour. Third is floor area available. Fourth is accessibility for repair and inspection, and fifth is comparative initial cost. These are the basic property of boiler. First, the boiler should be safe under the operating condition. Second, the various part of boiler should be accessible for repair and maintenance. Third, it should be capable of supplying steam according to the requirement as in thermal power plant. And the efficiency should be able to absorb a maximum amount of heat produced due to burning of fuel in the furnace. It should be simple in construction, its initial cost and maintenance cost is low, and it should be capable of quick starting and loading. These are the classification of boiler or types of boiler. First, according to axis, these are the horizontal, vertical or inclined. According to tubes, fire tube and water tube. Third, externally fired and internally fired. It is based on method of firing occurred inside the boiler or outside the boiler. Next, forced circulation and natural circulation boiler. In forced circulation we are using the pump, and in the natural circulation we are using the method of circulation of water by gravity. High pressure boiler and low pressure boiler, stationary and portable. Portable is also known as movable or mobile boiler. And next is single tube and multi tube boiler, in which the number of tubes measuring. Next, horizontal, vertical and inclined boiler. These are based on the axis of boiler. If the axis of boiler is horizontal, then it is called horizontal boiler. Example, Babcock-Wilcox boiler. If the axis is vertical, then it is called vertical, as seen that Cochrane boiler is vertical. And if the axis is inclined, then it is called inclined. Advantage of horizontal boiler: first is it should be repaired easily, and second is occupies less floor area. Next, fire tube and water tube boiler. In the fire tube boiler, the hot gases or fire are inside the tubes and the water surrounding in the tubes, and when the heat is contacting with the water, then water is converting into steam. The example of fire tube boiler is Cochrane, Locomotive, Lancashire, Loeffler. These are the example of fire tube boiler. And the water tube boiler. In the water tube boiler, the water is inside the tube and the hot gases or firing are surrounding them. The example of water tube boiler is Babcock-Wilcox and Stirling boiler. Externally and internally fired. It is based on method of firing. If the firing is occur inside the boiler, then it is called inside boiler. Internally fired or inside fired boiler. The example of internally fired boiler is Cochrane and Lancashire. If the firing is occurred externally the boiler, then it is called Babcock-Wilcox boiler or externally fired boiler. Forced circulation and natural circulation boiler. In forced circulation types of boiler, the circulation of water is done by forced pump, as example Velox and Lamont. And in natural circulation types of boiler, the circulation of water in boiler takes place due to natural convection or by gravity, example Lancashire and Babcock-Wilcox boiler. Next is high pressure and low pressure boiler. If the steam producing in boiler is at 80 bar or above, then it is called high pressure boiler, example Velox. And the boiler which produce steam at pressure below 80 bar are called low pressure boiler, as it is seen that in Cochrane boiler. Single tube and multi-tube boiler. The fire tube boiler are classified as single and multi-tube boiler depending upon the fire tube is one or more than one. Fire tube boiler. The diagram is showing of fire tube boiler. In the fire tube boiler, the firing is occur inside the tube, or hot gases are passing inside the tubes. There are maybe one or more large number of tubes or considerable number of small tubes in which hot gases are circulate. Here it is seen that the firing is occur inside the furnace, and these hot gases passing through tubes and surrounding water, and water is converted by getting the heat from steam, and it converted into steam, and steam is goes outside by steam outer pipe, and it is goes into turbine for next work, and the remaining burnt hot gases are exposed or exhausted into atmosphere. So that it is a simple diagram of fire tube boiler. And also we discussed that the example of fire tube boiler is Cochrane, Lancashire, Cornish and locomotive. Water tube boiler, as seen in figure, that the water is flowing inside the boiler, and the firing is occurred outer the tubes, and when the firing is occurred, then hot gases surrounding the tubes, and they give the heat to water, and the water is converting into steam, and the steam is passing by exhaust pipe, and it goes for further work into turbine, and remaining hot burnt gases are exhausted into atmosphere. It is known as water tube boiler, and the example of water tube boiler is Babcock-Wilcox and Stirling boiler. Next, the difference between fire tube and water tube boiler. First, mode of firing. In fire tube boiler, the firing occur internally the boiler, so that it is known as fire tube boiler, and in water tube boiler, firing is occur externally, and steam production rate is lower in fire tube and higher in water tube. Construction of fire tube boiler is difficult, and construction of water tube is simple. Transportation of fire tube boiler is difficult, and transportation of water tube boiler is simple. Treatment of water not so necessary, and in water tube boiler more necessary. Operating pressure limited to 16 bar, so that fire tube boiler is also known as low pressure boiler, and in water tube boiler we are generating the pressure of steam at 100 bar, so that it is called a high pressure boiler. Cell diameter is large for fire tube and less for water tube. Explosion is less in fire tube and more in water tube. Risk of bursting lesser in fire tube and more risk in water tube. And fire tube boiler are mostly small industrial boiler, and water tube boiler used in large application like thermal power generation. And raising of steam takes more time in fire tube and less time in water tube. Types of fire tube boiler. There are mainly 5 types of fire tube or more: simple, vertical, Cochrane, Cornish, Lancashire and locomotive. First, simple vertical boiler. The diagram is showing that it is a simple vertical boiler, and the axis of boiler is a vertical, so that it is called simple vertical boiler. It is also known as fixed type of boiler or stationary boiler. It consists of a cylindrical cell surrounding a cylindrical firebox, in the bottom of which is the fire grate. A tube boiler uptake passes from the crown of the cell, and on the top of this uptake is placed the chimney. To increase the heating surface and to improve the circulation of water, the firebox is fitted with one or more number of cross tubes. These tubes are flanged and riveted to the fire tube. The evaporative capacity of conventional cross tube boiler ranges from 50 kg to 100 kg of steam per hour at pressure varying from 2 to 10 bar. The efficiency under normal factory condition is about 50%. The total heating surface area is about 8 to 10 times. At the bottom of the fire, burning is grate on which fuel is burned and the ash from it falls into a spit. And a simple vertical boiler is self-contained and can be easily transported, so that it is also known as simple vertical boiler. The simple diagram is also showing. Second is Cochrane boiler. It is a well-known design of a vertical multi-tubular fire tube boiler, and it is an improvement over the simple vertical boiler as it provides greater heating surface. The detail of Cochrane boiler are showing in figure. It is one of the best types. Cochrane boiler consists of a cylindrical cell with a dome-shaped top where the space is provided for steam. Here we see that safety valve, steam stop valve, pressure gauge, main hall, water level gauge, combustion chamber. These all are the boiler mounting and accessories which are maintaining the functioning of boiler and improving, and it is also for improving the operation of boiler. Locomotive boiler. Locomotive boiler is an internally fired multi-tubular fire tube boiler. In this type of boiler, the cell or drum axis is horizontal and the firebox is separate. It is attached with the main drum on one end. On the other hand of the drum is the smoke box. Flue gases from firebox pass to smoke box through tubes in the cell. The tubes are surrounded with water. The steam collect in steam drum fitted on top of the cell. A large door is provided for access to the smoke box and tube for cleaning. Whenever the regulator is opened, the wet steam enters and goes to inlet header of superheater, and after passing through the superheater tube, it returns to the outlet header of the superheater, from which it is led to the engine or turbine. Advantage of locomotive boiler: it is very compact. The pressure of steam is limited to about 20 bar, and a large rate of steam generation per square meter of heating surface. To some extent, this is due to the vibration caused by the motion. And boiler mounting and accessories are used to increase the efficiency of boiler and help in smooth working of the plant, so that it is known as boiler accessories. And water level indicator here is used to check the level of water in boiler at any instant. And safety valve: the function of the safety valve is to prevent the steam pressure in a boiler exceeding a predetermined maximum pressure. It is also of three types: dead weight, lever safety valve, and spring loaded safety valve. And here pressure gauge are used to giving the information of pressure on which steam is generating. Water tube boiler. Water tube boiler are classified as horizontal straight tube boiler. There are two types of horizontal straight tube boiler. First is longitudinal and second is cross drum. And the cross drum boiler is have three types: 2 drum, 4 drum, and 3 drum. And there are one of the band tube boiler is a low head 3 drum. And the example of water tube boiler is Babcock-Wilcox boiler and Stirling boiler. Babcock and Wilcox boiler is a demand for increased pressure and for larger size boiler unit led to introduction of water tube boiler. It is used in thermal power plant. Thank you.